Good people, what's up? What's good? We are back for another edition of the 3 Milli Podcast. Blessed to be your host, Caleb Smith. We have a very special guest, DeMarcus Taylor, coming through. We'll be talking about entrepreneurship, mindset, just being a boss. So I'm so excited for this. So tap in. Let's get it.
Bro.
Thank you.
Like honestly, dog. I'm almost in a space where, like, bro, we really here,
Yeah.
and this is really the first time that we really met each other, man, in person. So, thanks for having me, bro.
Bro, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
And again, bro, since doing our IG Live, y'all probably won't even know about that one. Didn't get saved. But, man, when you texted me and said, yo, like, let's get it in person, studio
Right.
set up, I was super excited, bro. So, man, again, seeing you in the flesh, being able to chop it up, it's about to be a great talk, bro. So thank you
Thanks.
again. Super
Thanks,
humble.
man. Likewise, bro.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Let's get to it, man.
Yeah.
Let's get
Hey,
to it.
let's get to it, bro. Your story is amazing. Right now, people see this finished product. People see DeMarcus T now, but not knowing who you were before then. And
Right.
from like reading on your story, seeing everything, super inspirational. Seeing a black man come from nothing, create something, amazing to see. From somebody who was facing life in prison
Yeah.
to now be here standing, living, smiling, enjoying life. Can we go back to T before you were the grown man, finished product? What was that
Man.
headspace like?
Absolutely, bro. So, I was 19 years old, bro. Student athlete, man. Thought I was going to the league. I was gonna follow my pop's footsteps. My pops went to New England,
Right.
and that wasn't my path.
Mm.
So, I mean, at that age, of course, it was like I'm a jock. So it's like, bro, it's football, 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 football.
Yeah.
Nothing else really matters.
Yeah.
And you get in a situation where you're in the wrong space, bro. And I was facing life in prison, bro. And so just to be very, very transparent with the people, dog. It was some girls in the dorm room, and I don't want to speak on race, but there were some white girls in the dorm room, a bunch of black guys, and a couple of people slept with them, and their parents found out, and it was like, yo, how did that happen? And even though I didn't indulge in the act, I was there, and I didn't say anything. So that's kind of what happened when you don't snitch. It's just like you just fall into the act of things, and we're here now, bro.
Yeah.
So I was on 5 years probation, but I faced 25 years to life. Period.
Yeah. Still standing.
Still standing.
Yeah.
Still fighting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still fighting.
Yeah. I love that, bro.
Yeah.
And for, young dudes right now, right, who might be sitting down just trying to figure out life.
Yeah.
And those moments of people who could be incarcerated and moments of just black men and men in general, or people, right, who could be men and women, just going through this like transition phase of life of trying to figure things out. And they could have a dream, but how do you tap into who you are like as a person and chase that dream and not get stuck in woe is me, I'm going through this right now, I'm incarcerated, I'm on house arrest, or I'm not making any money right now. How do you make it out of that situation? And two, how do you change that mindset?
Man, first thing first, bro, you gotta self-assess. Like, you gotta go on the inside. And initially, that won't be your first thought of, I need to go on the inside to pull out what's on the inside of me out to make it a reality. But you have to just get up, you know what I mean? You have to definitely work on personal development, man, which I think is key, period. Of course, you got to connect to the source, and that's just a part of you going on the inside of you.
That's right.
And stick with it, man. There are going to be so many type of trials, so many type of tribulations, so many setbacks, so many, painful situations, bro, because you just entered into a realm that is meant to keep you in that space for eternity.
That's facts, yeah.
So the way to get out of it is you gotta self-assess, man. And even when you're trying to pull out, bro, it's gonna be so much gravity pulling you back.
Yeah. Dang, that's
Yeah,
tough.
bro.
That's tough. And friends too, right? Because
Definitely.
I've been through it.
Definitely.
I've seen my friends go through it and people who I love go through it all the time, of that environment that you could be placed in. It
Right.
can deter your success trajectory of the whole entire lifespan of
Mm-hmm.
who you are, like as a man, as a person. And sometimes you could be hanging out with people and you could be the smartest person in the room, which
Right.
isn't always a good thing. And the people who you're being around, they could have you doing things that you should not be doing and you know that you shouldn't be doing. So how do you build up that courage to change that environment? Because so many times we could be afraid of hurting our friends' feelings.
Yeah.
And you know, telling them like, yo, I'm trying to work on myself, build myself up right now. How do you build up that courage to stand up for yourself?
I mean, to put up that courage, man, you gotta literally define, like, why you're doing whatever it is that you're doing, and stick to your principles and your values, and identify your attributes.
Right.
So, certain people. I mean, I ain't gonna say certain people. Probably, I'm gonna say probably 90% of the people in this world, man, might not even know their values or be able to actually just spit them out to you. Like, this is what I value. These are my principles, and these are how I make decisions upon certain things.
Yeah.
And once you begin to just be your authentic self, I mean, your tribe's supposed to come. You'll start attracting your tribe. But I have also learned this, though. Even in that moment, man, you must become water.
Bruce Lee.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like that's the whole principle and attributes of being a leader, man. You just become water. So some people, you realize that some people, they're not on that level of space to be able to take your decisiveness or structure, if you have that, or just being driven, or some of the words that you may say. So you may have to adjust the temperature a little bit. But that's gonna come with maturity, man. And honestly, that's where I'm at now, bro. I'm like, okay, how can I become water in any room?
Yeah.
And some people might think, oh man, that's probably fake. Nah, bro.
You know how to adapt.
If you know how to adapt, you can get whatever you want.
That's it.
Become water.
Nah, become water. Hey, I like that too, bro, because I think that kind of, segues to boundaries too, because
Yeah.
I've had moments where Sid, she'll tell me, Caleb, like, why you got to be so nice all the time? Like, sometimes you have to say no. So when it comes to going out sometimes, and you might be working on a real estate deal right now, or you might be working on that book, talking to a client, how do you say no sometimes? Because being that friend, being that leader, every single once in a while, the friend's trying to hang out with you, chill with you, but you might have 10 things that you got to get done. So how do you start drawing those lines and boundaries as well?
Well, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I've always been sort of like a lone wolf, where, some people may have felt intimidated or out of their element when it comes to having certain conversations with me.
Yeah.
So, when you start speaking about certain things, and they don't want to be in that space. Like if you're talking about, think about it. If you're in college, bro, and you start talking about real estate deals, people probably looking at you like, man, is
Like
this
you an old
dude-
man.
Yeah, is this dude old or something like that, man? But
Yeah.
if you got some true friends, bro, they gonna understand, man. They'll understand for sure. Like I got a really good friend in New Orleans, man, Dr. Justin Wilson. He's a scientist, man.
That's dope.
And he's busy, hella busy, and me too. But we don't even have to talk. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to talk. We don't have to communicate. But when we get back into each other's presence, it's like, yo,
You didn't miss a beat.
you feel me?
Yeah.
Hey, let's catch up,
Yeah.
because you already know, bro. Like we fighting the same fight and trying to make moves, trying to make things happen, and I think that's just supposed to come natural. If you have to argue with a person about, yo, I got to make this podcast right now, and it's supposed to be your friend, true friend, they're just being selfish, man. Cut them loose.
Yeah, that's it. Cut them loose.
Cut them loose,
Yeah.
bro.
Being a loner too, bro. So how do you get comfortable being alone? Because I feel like with successful people like the Jay-Z's of the world, even Kanye, like we were talking about earlier, I feel like billionaires, millionaires, and just people who make six figures plus, like they aren't able to always be chilling all the time. And sometimes being on the top, like you could be lonely. So like, how do you get comfortable with being alone sometimes?
I don't think you can. I don't think you can, man. It's probably the most uncomfortable situation ever. And, I'm still trying to go up. I'm still trying to go further. And it's like, you know people, like you can be like, yo, look, make this play right here, make this move right here, XYZ. And then somebody don't make it and you like, dang, I just made that same play, so I know it works. I know it works, but they didn't make it, so now it's like, okay, I gotta keep going forward.
Yeah.
And then you can get to another space and you do the same thing with somebody else, like, hey, make this play. Or the same people, like, look, if we do this, put this money here and put that money there, we can get this to go there. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah. And then you make the play, you make the move,
Yeah.
and then you continue to go up, man, and it just get even lonelier, man. And then sometimes you get to thinking to yourself, like, okay, is this even worth it, man?
It's
Like,
worth all this.
Is it worth me being this lonely?
Mm.
Like, sometimes you might go into a space, man, of, you know, just doubt, anxiety, bro, and even close to depression, because you're like, bruh, am I really meant to be isolated like this? Like, man, what's good? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what's good? And being transparent with you, just man, like the fourth quarter of 2020, I was head down, execute. And in my head, it was like, yo, you finna change the trajectory for your family. You finna create some generational wealth. Boom, 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 boom. You know, bought the franchise, bought the multifamily property where, you know, we got 4 units, and I go to, and I haven't shared this with nobody. I go to bed, getting ready to go to bed on the 31st of December, bro. And I go to start thanking my wife, like how I appreciate her and everything, bro. And my wife hits me back with like, bro, I don't even feel like you here.
So executing on the outside,
Executing
but then on the inside,
outside,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
But on the inside, missing a beat. So now it's like, how do you balance all of this?
How do I execute with like what you do, but then how do I execute in the household as a father, as a man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So
I like that.
that's
So,
tough, though.
man, all right then. So for entrepreneurs, right, how do you balance? How do you balance? Because you got to take care of the outside too.
I'm just be real, time management, bro. And for me, I know I got to get up extra early because in the morning I might be bullshitting. In the morning, you know, if you start waking up at 7, 8 o'clock, bro, by the time you really in the right mental
Really
space,
awake.
it's probably like 10 o'clock. You know
That's
what I'm
true.
saying?
That's true.
So the fourth quarter, I was waking up at 4, going to sleep at 12, because in that time it was like, okay, I need to get my values straight. I need to get, you know, all of this out of you. I need to be able to hit the gym. I need to be able to get my time with God in. I need to be able to get
That's a lot.
my checklist in.
Yeah.
I need to know what I'm about to do today, and these are the tasks that I need to accomplish to be able to make this happen. So by the time 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock hit, I'm ready. I'm focused. Just to get all of that stuff out.
Yeah.
And but that kind of that has its moments too. But I would definitely say time management, man. And sometimes you got to be able to step back though, because at the end of that in January, bro, I was exhausted. Exhausted, and I had to just step back from everything.
That's good.
Yeah.
Taking a break too, right?
Yeah, man.
So everybody, you know, out there who thinks it's just grind, no
Right.
sleep. Can you speak on
Right.
the importance of taking a step back, resting, reevaluating, self-assessing?
Yeah, man. I feel like if when you're in this situation, bro, like all of us, we gotta be able to self-assess, and I think we need to self-assess probably every 3 months. And I'm only saying 3 months because now I'm speaking in quarters, where you don't want to get into a situation where you just missed out on the opportunity
Because you
because
burnt
you
out.
was blinded by it too,
Yeah.
and you was burnt out.
Yeah.
You was blinded by it, and you was burnt out. So now you got to go back and fix or relay a foundation of whatever happened. And that's a setback. But, I mean, it's important, though. I think that's when the Most High kind of like, those things happen just so the Most High can point something out to you.
I like that.
Yep.
And, you know, during those times of chilling, resting, how do you not fight that urge to constantly think about business? Because I know that it's probably hard. Being on vacation, it's like, yo, I could have more if I start doing X, Y, and Z. So how do you fight that feeling sometimes?
Man, it's hard, bro. Like, 'cause once again, age of 19, facing life in prison, bro.
Mm-hmm.
My back was against the wall in the beginning, and from there it was like, how you gonna get it? Like, you don't have a blueprint to this, bro. And
Yeah.
who can show you how to get out of this? And it's like going through each job, you know, with the haircut, clean shave, suit on, fresh to death. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the satchel, all that,
Everything.
bro. And the resumes neat. I mean, got the lingo, bro.
Yeah.
And you still get, nah, man. We can't take a chance on you. We can't take a chance on you. Over and over and over and over and over and over. So when that happens, and then if you get into a space of a little success, you like, oh, like let's do that again. Oh,
Start to get hungry.
Come on, yeah.
Yeah. Nah, that's good, man.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So,
And I've seen people like yourself become successful, Wallow killing it as well. So for people who've either been incarcerated, ran into the law, but they're dope people, dope individuals, they have great business minds. Do you think that they should take the route of taking that 9 to 5, or should you just already off the rip try entrepreneurship?
I mean, I think everybody's situation is different. So I'm assuming, like, if you have the support, you know, I'm by any means, I'm not telling nobody not to take the leap, because when it comes to taking a leap, bro, I jump head first. But you know, sometimes that could be detrimental, man.
Yeah.
And if you don't have thick skin, bro, and you know, just in that space to be able to sustain any type of pain and trauma that might come with that, bro, it might not be for you. But if you have an opportunity to leverage the 9 to 5, and I'm gonna give you an example. So
Yeah.
for me, I want to develop a skilled trade as an industrial pipe fitter / welder, and I got really good at it. Got to doing that, which I still have opportunities to doing it today, and I still will go do it today because of, you know, the money is great, and the credentials behind it makes the bank eyes
Respect it.
open up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now
Yeah.
I can take their money and do something else with it.
Credit, yeah.
But so I leveraged that, and I got really good at it and became a construction manager, bro. You know, from all levels, and it was like, yo, I did this soon, like real quick. Like some people, it was so crazy. Like, you're supposed to go through an apprenticeship program. I didn't go through an apprenticeship program.
Wow.
It's like I went from high school to the pros,
Wow.
bro. I
Ready.
got the certificate, me and my brothers, and we jumped straight out there in Texas. Boom, like we journeymen.
Wow.
Man, we was ground level, ground zero helpers, portraying to be journeymen.
Wow.
And we just kept making mistakes and working extra hard until we had got to the point where, like, okay, I know how to do this now.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's tough. I
Yeah.
love that too, man. Becoming
So
a
leverage it.
construction manager,
Yeah.
leveraging that for people right now who's working at 9 to 5, and you could have something that's going on the side too, but you actually explained something that was very, very dope of working hard on the job as well. So can you speak on that of, yeah, like work for yourself, entrepreneurship is dope, but also on that job, leverage that, work hard as well.
Yeah, man. And the reason why I'm definitely saying about leveraging the job, because I own a company called DNT Financial, and what we do is we help other, you know, business owners establish business credit, get business funding, as well as personal credit. So the great thing about it is, let's say if you don't have no type of business at all, bro, you still can leverage your personal to come in to get business funding, and, you know, leverage your personal credit to get that. So like, if you don't have that, now you're missing out on an opportunity. But for the jobs, bro, the 9 to 5, man, always look about how you can use it as a up one, how you can make it a stepping stone. You know, if that's your desires,
Yeah.
or aspiration to be an entrepreneur or business owner.
I love that.
Yo.
Yeah. I remember, man, when we were on live, you said something that was very inspiring about working 10-hour days, driving, playing motivational speakers in the whip, taking the knowledge, applying that. That was crazy, man. So speak on that, man, of grinding, working 10-hour days, and then working for yourself as well. Like, what type of fire does it take? Because I think, like, so many times people have great business ideas, but they don't have any type of work ethic. But you were busting your butt on the site, and also for yourself as well. So can you
Yeah.
explain like what type of grind that is needed for something like that?
Man, you gotta have, you just gotta have that dog in you, like that whole mentality where nothing else really matters right now, and you have to be a visionary. You have to be able to see that end goal, even though you're not even close to it. But setting things in order and working on your job or whatever it is that you're doing at that moment for those. And for me, it was 10 hours, 10 to 12 hours. Because you become a construction manager, now you're the first one there and you're the last one there.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you get off, how you going to utilize that time to add value to your business? So you just got to be dedicated, bro. Like, for real, for real. And some people, I think we use that word dedicated or loyalty or not a little bit too thin, but
Yeah.
dedication is like you working at it even though you don't even see it. And I was just talking to a good friend of mine, and I was like, bro, I always been a hunter, I always been a lion, but now I want to transition into being a farmer.
Sow the seeds.
And that's tough for me, though.
Yeah.
That's tough.
You got to watch things grow and take your time, be patient.
Tough, bro. I'm a pilot, bro.
Yeah.
I go get it. And it's tough, but hey, that's a part of the transition moment.
You just said something that was key. First of all, being a pilot, for people that's not familiar with that lingo, ET,
Yep.
all that self-assessment training.
AT.
You already created your own, which is a super boss move, which is very hard. I can only imagine creating that. Can you speak on the importance of self-assessment? Because you are able to identify, I'm a lion, but
Yep.
I need to become a farmer. So that's very key, saying I'm this, but I need to become that. So can you speak on that? Self-assessment.
Yeah, man. So, I connected with ETA, and I was at that moment where it was like, I need to get better. How can I get better? And once I connected with them and Intermatrix, man,
Yeah.
I developed my own program called the Superpower Discovery Program, and that's typically two type of people. Of course, your introverts and extroverts, but
Yeah.
4 different quadrants. You have your dominant people, your interactive people, your stable people, and your cautious people. And what ETA done and us, we connected to them. They put them in flight characters where it was your pilot being your D, being your dominant person, the flight attendant being your interactive person, the ground crew being your stabilizing person, and the air traffic controller being your cautious person. And me, I was that 99D. I'm very driven, determined, decisive. I solve problems and get results. And I look back over my life at 19, I seen how I became that. I had to be.
You got no other option.
I had no other option.
Got
so
you.
it opened my eyes to see, like, okay, well, ooh, that's how you're like this, or this is why you're like that. But then I also seen where my C, which is the air traffic controller, being cautious, was extremely low. Extremely low. I didn't like rules set by other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I tend to break and bring rules, and it just was all about how, me going through that traumatic experience at 19. So a lot of things kind of shaped us. And we all have these 4 superpowers, though. We all have these 4 superpowers. We just have to be able to adjust and adapt and tap into them. But as a pilot, naturally, that's me on 10, even when I'm sleeping.
And you
I'm
ready
not
to
even
go.
thinking about it. Yep.
Yeah. Got you.
Ready.
4 superpowers. How do we tap into those things? Because on the way here, Sid, our amazing videographer, June, we were talking in the car, and June said something that was very, very deep about how so many people live their lives without tapping into their passion. And that's a crazy thing, just to do the same thing every single day, be super robotic, not have any type of spice to it.
Right.
How do we tap into that passion, our superpowers, all of those things? Because everybody is here for a reason. So how do we tap into that and not just get like lost in the sauce, doing the same motions day in and day out?
A good way to tap into those passions, bro, to be honest with you, is a coach and a mentor. Just so that it can be an easier path for you to be able, somebody to be able to reveal something to you that you can't even see in yourself.
Yeah.
But of course, we always can go in on the inside. But I don't know how long that may take for some people. If you have that much time at this particular moment to be
Right.
able to just really go inside and question yourself all the time. Like, okay, is this really what I,
Yeah,
you know
you
what I
breaking
mean?
yourself down a lot.
Yeah, and so for us at Detailer Enterprises, man, we partner with Intermetrics, and there's an assessment that we have, and it's called the Superpower Discovery. And what it does is, man, it literally shoots you out. 22-page document that shoots you out. And at first I was like, okay, this is not big, but it shoots you out and lets you know, how you tend to solve problems, how you tend to interact with people, how you tend to stabilize your environment, and how you respond to rules and protocols set by other people. And within that, you'll be able to see, okay, this is what I do naturally, and this is what I adjust, because by me adjusting, this is when I become to get so anxiety, or it's something that I do. It may take me a longer time to do this.
Yeah.
That means it's really not my natural gift. It's not my natural gift. If it's gonna take, not meaning that you can't
And
do
you
it.
fighting
though.
it some way, right?
Yeah, you're fighting it some way. And for your passions, man, it's just like, yo, what do you like to do? Like, what do you like to do, even if you're not getting paid for it?
That's it. That's it.
And how can you tackle connect your gift and your passion together so that you can take it to the next level?
That's hard.
Yeah.
And for people out there, and I've seen it firsthand, right, where they'll say, I'm just naturally a lazy person, or this is just who I am, how I am.
Naturally a lazy person?
Some people who say that. How do we
Word.
break out of those habits of sleeping in late, not executing properly,
Okay.
things in that manner?
Now, I must say this, though, bro. From me doing assessments, man, and self-assessing myself, I'm realizing, bro, there are truly people like that.
Yeah.
They're grounds crews, bro. They're really the glue to operations, and they want to stay in a traditional system.
Got it. Yeah.
And when they get outside of that traditional system, bro, they are out of whack, and they cannot perform.
Like, do you think is somewhat too much for them, somewhat, or is overwhelming?
It would be too much for them, because that's how they're wired. That's their DNA.
Right.
And you know what I mean? So, like, for example, if you have a person that literally wants to work on an assembly line simply because they know they got to do
Yeah.
they know they got to do ABC.
Right.
ABC.
Yeah.
ABC. And they cool with that. And you take them over and don't give them the instructions to go from A, B, C, D, E, F, G. They gone. They're done. They're done. But you take a person that's probably like a pilot, or you take somebody that's like a air traffic controller, bro, and it's like, okay, let me figure this out, because it's challenging to me right now. And some people like that. Some people don't want to be outside of their environment. And I'm starting to respect that. At first, I didn't respect it because I didn't understand it, but now I see, and you got to be able to point that out in your team too. Like, okay, I can't put her in the leadership pilot role when she's a grounds crew. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't put you in the spotlight, or I can put you in the spotlight because maybe you're a flight attendant. You like to interact with people. You like to give people that experience. You like to be, hey, you need some water? You got some peanuts? Is it too cold? You can adjust it over here. You know what I mean? Some people are like that, and that's the type of environment they need to be in. And if you put them in a cubicle, it's going to drive them nuts.
That's right.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I'm a builder.
I love that.
Facts.
As a leader, CEO, how do you know where to put people in positions to win? Because speaking on that about the flight attendants, grounds crew, if you're dealing with different personalities, egos, all of those things, how do you balance that into how do you know where to put certain people at?
Oh, man. I mean, you just got to be aware, bro. And, through assessments and personal development, bro, you can kind of scan the room and see where people need to be in place. And if not, just kind of have those conversations, or just try things out. Like in construction, it's so cool to me because I'm talking about the industrial consulting. We were building pharmaceutical projects in Durham, North Carolina. Yeah, big farm. And they making bread too. So it's like a million piping systems, man. So it's like a million piping systems. It's like, hundreds of people in one area. And you got to be, as the construction manager or supervisor or leader, you have to be able to put people in position where they'll be able to perform at. And what you got to do, you just kind of, you got to be an influence. You got to be like water.
Yeah.
And you got to figure out where they are in their mind, where their skill sets are, and what it is that they desire to do. If they just talking a big game, or they really about that performance. Like some people like to work alone. You know, some people have to be in a, one person have to lead the project or whatnot, and you just evaluate it, bro.
Yeah.
It's like trial and error, to be real with you, until you can just walk up on it and see it. Like, yeah, that's an orange tree. That's an orange tree all day. It's not pineapples. You know what I mean? And yeah, just keeping it simple and watching how people react to certain things, or respond rather.
That's great. That's great. So being a manager, CEO, a lot of similarities. Of course, I've seen people who have made it and said that, yo, I applied what I learned at the 9 to 5 to what I do now. So do you think that you kind of have to use what you got on the construction site towards all the other things that you have going on as well?
Oh yeah, big facts. Like, we had this iPad, man, and the iPad shows like an overview of the project, the finish, like the complete ending of it, and it's not there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not there. So you waking up every morning and you getting there and you like, okay, this is what we're gonna do today. But of course, you know, I do that like a week in advance to where I'm far ahead of everybody, because I was like 31 at the time. I'm 32 years old now. These guys been doing this for 30 years,
Jeez.
40 years.
Whole entire lifetime.
Whole entire lifetime. So you know they ready to try me. They ready to see if I really know what I want. If I really know what I'm talking about. And sometimes I didn't even know, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, I don't care who you are. You can't go into construction or any type of industrial site and know everything. But you have to be able to move a certain way and be assertive and be calm and execute that way. So what I do is I just plan ahead and stayed ahead of the game on certain moves that we were about to make, and got certain materials together before they can actually be like, what's next, or this and that. And I think even with business, you really gotta take that day to really just plan. You gotta take that day to plan, and it's tough because you got media, you got you know, networking events. You may have working on a product, working on a book, you know, working on other type of things, man. And you like, yo, how am I gonna juggle this? You even receiving money, you know what I'm saying? You got accounting issues you gotta worry about. You got maybe coaching clients. You got all these type of things, man. And I even find it like you can still put a team in place and it's still like, yo,
Still a lot.
I still got something to do. You know what I mean? Like, when are we gonna get to the space where it's like,
Trying to be on autopilot.
like I don't have to touch nothing but record.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, you definitely have to be able to leverage your experiences wherever you come from, man. Especially if they are similar.
Yeah, I like that. So when it comes to anxiety, right? Because speaking on those things, that can give you an anxiety attack. And so many people on Monday mornings get heart attacks from thinking, yo, I got to do all this Monday through Friday, even Monday through Sunday. How do you fight anxiety? How do you fight stress? Because I don't think people understand, like, entrepreneurship, it can be sexy, but people don't think, yo, there's no clocking in, there's no clocking out. Like, it's nonstop. So how do you fight anxiety when it comes to all those responsibilities?
Man, with anxiety, bro, it's like a overplaying of negative thoughts and feelings and emotions going on within you. And I think in that moment you have to be like, stand still and know that I am God. And be very cautious of your words, because if you understand the power of I am and you know how to be connected to that, man, you have power to be able to
That's right.
set in that moment. But I will say this, because I was talking to my therapist and she was like, yo, don't run from those feelings though. You know, set in those feelings to figure out, okay, why am I here? Why am I feeling like this? And why is this supposed to be happening?
Right.
And, you know, move forward though, but don't sit there too long. And I think, you know, you just have to end up surrounding yourself around people who are like-minded and truly care about you, truly love you, to where you may be in a whole state of doubt, you know, or anxiety. What is it, like anxiety attachment disorder, something like that, where you just got separated from something that you really was attached to.
Yeah.
And you know, if somebody got something great to say about you at that time, you have to believe them, because your true friends and family, they're gonna pour into you like, no, you know, you're great, you're this, you're that, and etc. And if you got those people in your corner, man, like definitely love on those people and appreciate them for that moment.
That's beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
You said something big. Your therapist. Can you speak on mental health, having therapy, venting,
Yeah.
talking to somebody?
Yeah. So, with mental health, man, I'm gonna tie this right back into, man. 19 years old, facing life in prison. That was a traumatic experience for me that I really didn't even touch on until recently, where it comes to mental health, and I'm still diving into that.
Right.
So I trip out by looking at, dang, bro, like you really was maneuvering like this, and you didn't even seek that mental health situation, but now I am, and everybody needs a therapist, especially in the Black community.
Yeah.
Like this is nothing that is frowned upon, bro. This is something that is gonna help you elevate. It's gonna help you create better, lasting, long-term relationships, to where you can be more of your authentic self, and you can be more aware of, you know, how you are responding to people instead of reacting because of impulses. And it's gonna help you change your perspective on how you seeing things.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's what's been great to me. And like even on my way here, I had a counseling session today.
Wow.
On my way
Respect.
to Atlanta, bro, and she helped me change the whole perspective. I'm like, yo, I was looking at this like this.
Yeah.
Yo, I released that. You know what I mean? I released that.
And it's not a burden on you.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I know I'm a man of value, and the whole time you may be self-reflecting on yourself, like you're not good enough, or it's something about you that's wrong.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta release that.
That's
Definitely.
powerful. That's
You gotta
powerful.
release that.
I like this. Being a man of value, being assertive on the job site. So many times people go to work and they can be creatives, entrepreneurs on the side, and you know they can be going to work like, yo, this is draining me. I don't feel like myself. I don't feel confident. How do you stay confident in the workplace? Because you running all the businesses, real estate as well, that can drain you, that can make you exhausted. And then to go onto the job site, it's like, yo, I gotta be strong, I gotta be assertive. How do you stay confident on the job site too?
Well, I'll be honest with you, man. Like even on the job site at the time, I didn't have the real estate. You know what I mean? I still was trying to figure things out. And just letting know, I'm still trying to figure things out. I don't never want nobody to think that I got everything put together. I'm forever a student. And but I do have a big opportunity that's coming up, so I might end up, you know, taking it. It just all depends.
We talked to you at the perfect time, bro, before you blew up.
I have an opportunity for it.
Yeah.
But it's a job though. I
That's
have an
hard.
opportunity to be able to leverage something.
That's
but
cool.
even in that, like when I was getting up in the morning, bro, I was getting my mind together, man, getting my thoughts, because it was like, yo, I am the industrial sector. Like I am pharmaceutical projects. Like I was really immersing myself into what I was doing, because it was like, yo, you're going to have to use this power, bro, because you going up against some demons that, first of all, you 31 years old, you Black, man, and you got 82 other men up under you.
82.
82.
Wow.
82 other men up under you, bro, and they trying you. They trying you, bro. They like, I know well. I'm talking about, bro, you could have heard the conversations, dog. Like,
Man.
it was in a situation where my crews were doing so well, bro. They was digging up any type of dirt. They was trying, bro. It took them months to dig up dirt to me. Then they brought up my past, even on the job site.
Wow.
And this have happened to me several times in my life. You know, even when I was in college, but and yeah, so it was like I was prepared for. I'm like, whoa, God. So that's why I went through that back in college.
You had to build you for
Prepared
it.
for that. You know what I mean? So it was like, that's no problem. I'm like, hey, what's up, man?
That's it.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, y'all thought that was gonna shake me? I still come to the meeting speaking affirmative. Hey guys, you know, remember why you're here. You know, you're an elite group. You know, how many people you know how to square a pipe off the side of a beam? You know what I mean? How many you know how to do takeouts to a 45-degree elbow?
Jeez.
And it's like, they like, who is this dude, man? I'm like, just remember why you here, bro. We here to provide for our families. We here to protect for our families. So let's make it count. Let's make some money. Let's do it safe. And let's go home. They like, this dude still stood up. Like, even though he know we all talking about him.
Don't care.
Don't care. It don't matter. Let's go.
Jeez. Hey, that's leadership, man. Bro, as a leader, how do you tap into that to where even if the people who are under me or people who are or who I'm serving,
Yeah.
how do you pour into them still and not care about the emotional part about it of, oh, this person said this about me? Because you are focused on servicing. So how do you stay focused on that part and not focus on like the ego part?
I think that's definitely something that you have to battle with too, bro. Because when you come from when you ain't never had nothing, you ain't never had nothing, and you get in a position of power, bro. It kind of takes you. It's gonna take you somewhere, bro, because you may abuse your authority. You know what I mean? But I think it's all about being prepared in the morning. Or whenever you start, bro, you really have to take that time to, you know, affirm you. Take that time to make sure you're doing what's right, and you know, talk to God, seek God, and just get in that right spirit and mindset to be prepared for those things, man. And you can tell when people aren't prepared for it because that's when they get blindsided. That's when you can see it's like a whirlwind going on in their lives. And yeah, so it's like, okay, as a leader, you have to become water.
Gotta adjust.
Gotta be able to adjust in the moments. So now it's like, okay, you're either gonna be a man of action or woman of action, or you're not.
Sink or swim, pretty much, right?
Sink or swim. Yep. Sink or swim. Like real talk. That's a good way to put it. Sink or swim. And you already know if you're gonna swim or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know if you're gonna try to swim or not. And I encourage everybody, man, definitely try to swim. You know, even if you might sink in the beginning, man, just do it again.
Yeah. That's tough.
Do it again.
That's
and
tough.
Again.
Trial and error.
Yep.
So how do we embrace failure? Because now from social media, we see people's highlights reel. All we see is the finished product. But
Right.
how do we embrace those steps along the way and not taking that elevator, but actually taking like that whole staircase? How do we embrace failure, ups and downs, ebbs and flows?
Gratitude, bro. You know, all about perspective too, and seeing it like, okay, did I really fail? Or am I getting to a space where I'm saying, okay, this had to happen,
That's right.
you know, or anything that left couldn't stay, and anything that stays couldn't leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like sometimes we look at even marriage, relationships as failures and stuff like that. And of course, you know, you may have had some type of situation that was tied to any type of trauma or agony or not being in harmony in a
Right.
relationship. But I'm getting to that point now, man. It's like, okay, it's not really failure. It's like, it's just lessons, man. It's lessons. It's seasons. It's spaces. It's the journey.
It's the journey.
You know what I mean? It's the journey. But as a visionary, bro, it's tough because you see the end goal.
You're trying to get there.
And you're trying to get there.
Yeah.
You run into that thing, man.
Yeah.
And that's why I be listening to Nip when he's in the victory lap, bro, because it's like, okay, man, I question some things too. I'm like, yo, why am I in such a hurry to create all this generational wealth or get into a space like that to be in position? is that do that mean I'm about to go?
Mm,
You know what I mean?
that's deep. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, whoa, now you looking
You don't want to
like,
rush no more.
you feel me?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at now. I'm like, hold up, bro. You in a rush to
Yeah.
just get this stuff. You in a rush to risk it all to get this.
Mm.
Total sacrifice to be able to create generational wealth for some family that you don't even know yet. You may not even never get to meet.
Yeah. That's tough.
It's tough,
Yeah.
but it's worth it.
Oh, yeah. Hey, it's getting good, bro. And speaking on NIP, that was about to be my next question, so that's perfect. My brother Zach, he put me on the NIP back when I think I was like maybe in high school, middle school.
Word.
Hearing you talk about NIP, anytime I hear somebody talk about NIP and playing his music, automatically I know this person is a grinder. I already know it.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to NIP, his legacy, his music, what impact has he had on you? When it comes to taking those steps, not rushing it, marathon.
Well, even as far as the not rushing it part, I ain't gonna say it had like a tremendous impact on not rushing it because
Yeah.
I've always been a hunter.
Mm-hmm.
And as I continue to listen to it, I told you I'm starting to become a farmer
Yeah.
in this new season. And like Nip, I was listening to Nip back in 2017, bro, when I was working out in Florida, and 2017, 2018 in Florida. And my mind was there. I was connected to bro. Like,
Yeah.
I'm seeing everything that he see.
Mm.
And the people that was around me couldn't see what he saw, and they thought I was crazy. They like, bro, are you listening to Nip?
Playing somebody from
You know what I'm
Cali.
saying?
Yeah.
He playing this cat, man.
Yeah.
They listening to, trap music and
Yeah.
et cetera, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, bro.
That's
This is
it. Yeah.
But man, he helped me, bro. He inspires me to this day. Like, if I'm feeling down, I'm feeling in a bad mood or slump, bro, I listen to Nip, and it's like, it's like he talking to me, bro. Don't chase these women, man. Get your paper up, or you know what I'm saying. Just like there are no failures. You know what I'm saying. Only lessons, and shine light on my people, man. You know what I'm saying? Raise my right hand to Jesus.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm like, bro, come on, man. Like, this dude, he should be able to show us all the way. You know what I mean? Like, okay, this is what it's about, and that's what it's about for me, though.
Right.
So yeah, bro, really, really put me in a good mental space to be able to go out here and continue where he left off. And I'm not saying I'm where he at, but I want to be there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Respect. Somebody who listens to people like Nip, motivational speakers, can you speak on the importance of us consuming good content and not always listening to this crazy stuff, but motivational stuff as well, like feeding our minds, our spirits, all of that?
Yeah, man. You are what you read, man. You are what you hear. You are what you listen to. So, that mind is powerful, bro. It plants seeds all day. And like for me, man, I turned my vehicle into a mobile university.
Yeah.
As well as my shower.
Yeah.
So it's a shower university, or the University of Showers, and it's just like, every opportunity, even when I'm at the gym, every opportunity that I get to be able to put something positive into my life, into my mind, into my thoughts, and to how I'm feeling at that moment, it shapes where I'm going. It shapes the decision I might make. It shapes how I'm probably about to respond to somebody, because I could be in a bad mood. But if I'm focusing on getting better all throughout the day, how can I go wrong? How can I go wrong? But I am realizing, though, sometimes that's too much for people, because you might not be connected to somebody that's not moving on their personal space like you are.
Yeah.
But you can't go wrong with personal development, man, and motivational speaks.
That's right. Mobile University. I love that. And earlier, man, you said that you're somebody who's forever a student. Can you speak on that? Just being humble, always learning, and not being like, yo, I'm a manager, I'm an entrepreneur, real estate, I'm a boss. But instead, yo, I'm just a student.
I think it's I think it just come from a level of grace, bro, where um, I feel like I'm probably not even supposed to be, where I am now, and from statistics wise, I'm definitely not supposed to be
Right.
where I am now, and just looking at it like, okay, bro, I can't thoroughly say that I've been in position to be able to master something, like just literally pinpoint of a dime master something, because of my background, and it have always made me become like, this person who's doing multiple things, and I'm trying to focus myself into, you know, still being that student, but being able to laser focus on something and just water it, water it, water it, water it, water it, water it, to where I can just release it. And yeah, but even in that moment when you become a master of something, it's still like gotta be a student. You still have to be a student, because somebody can teach me something that they don't even know that they're really teaching me.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm really digesting. And this is like, yo, I done been in places where it's like I'm listening to certain things and I'm like, wow, that was it. Like it was like a light just went over my
You
head.
soaking up game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah.
And they didn't realize they were doing that though. So yeah,
Yeah.
man. Importance of being a student.
Yeah. Hey, that's it, bro. I remember growing up, Zach, you probably don't even, I remember this, but he used to say 2 ears, 1 mouth. So listen more, of course, than you speak. You being in the background, soaking up game. Can you speak on that and that importance of just a simple conversation? Like you can learn something from somebody. So how can we always listen and learn?
Man, you can always listen and learn, which may be tough for some people, because some people really like to talk.
Yeah.
And that's their superpower. So I mean, you can't fault them for that.
Yeah.
But there comes a time, man, when you really have to sit back and just listen,
Yeah.
and go within once again and listen to those things that's going around you. But the wise person in the room gonna be probably be the soft spoken person, or the person who's really not speaking that much. And I've always thought that the strongest person in the room was that one. And
That's
I've
real.
always moved that way. Always moved that way. And it, because you have to be very observant of everything. If you're not,
That's facts.
if you're talking too much, man, you don't see what's going on.
Yep.
And you can't learn nothing if you're speaking too much, man.
Yeah.
So that's been an issue with me too, bro. Like even with like social media and stuff like that, I'm like, yo, I feel like I'm speaking too much, and I'm used to. I want to be that listener to where I need to hear stuff. So I'm making adjustments and stuff, and certain things that I do on social media now. So it's like, okay, because I'm realizing I'm a trainer, not a speaker. I'm a trainer. I can show you certain things and tell you certain things, but it's like, let me show you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me show you, because I'm sitting here talking too much. It's gonna drain me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dang, that's real. And knowing what type of vibe that you have, your spirit, do you feel like people who are trainers are sometimes trying to become something that they aren't on social media, from being encapsulated by the bright lights, the cameras, all that stuff, the money, the attention?
Yeah, man. Because I've been in that space, man. I've been in that space where I thought I really wanted just the light shining on me, like, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me. And then until I got in that space, and it was like kind of exhausting to me. You know what I mean? To where I'm like, okay, because if it's something that I'm supposed to be doing on a daily basis, bro, this ain't gonna be in a state of exhaustion to where I can't do it the next day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think a person just gotta evaluate it and see how it go from there. Like, okay, is some of this stuff coming natural to you? And if it's not, I mean, you gotta adjust.
Yeah. You gotta be water, right?
Yeah, you gotta be water.
That's real. That's real.
Bruce Lee.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep.
And for entrepreneurs, creatives, how do we make sure that we aren't on social media too much and comparing and scrolling, doing too much on social media? How do we create that healthy diet somewhat?
Well, I put a sleeper timer on my phone, man.
That's good.
And And even through that though, you know, you still have these endorphins that you get from looking at likes and shares and all that good stuff and
Right.
viewers right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And it's like, in that moment, bro, you gotta realize, bro, you got other work to do. You know, you have a family. You have some emails you may need to respond to.
Yeah.
You may have a few things that you need to order. Maybe a few text messages that may need to be sent, or a few phone calls. You know,
Yeah.
checking in on family, like all those type of things. Instead of us sitting there just scrolling down. What can I be doing to better myself, or what can I be doing to just relax?
That's another thing. Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah.
And I think I'm doing that now, but I remember I wasn't relaxing enough. I wasn't, bro.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I feel that.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier too, you spoke about the household,
Yeah.
doing everything on the outside, but then on the inside, like I still got to be a husband. I still got to be a partner. How do we devote that same energy that we use towards the business, towards the grind, towards our loved ones, our partners, our family members?
Bro, I'm gonna be 1,000 with you. I'm trying to figure that out right now. Like for real. And you know, I'm not as pleased with the foundation of my marriage right now. And I feel like I can be this transparent with you and your people as well as my people, but it's like I'm trying to figure that out, bro. Like, okay, yeah, you want to go out here and get this bag. Yeah, you know, you want to, do this, you want to do that, you want to get the properties, you want to start other business and stuff like that. But man, where's the harmony?
Yeah.
Where's the harmony,
That's
man?
real.
Where's the meeting that you're gonna have to have with, your responsibilities when it comes to, you being a husband or etc. or you being a wife or spouse. So it's like, man, it's a lot of attention and stuff that I may not have even touched on in my marriage and right now I'm in that space where it's like, yo, you gotta work on you, bro. You gotta heal yourself in this moment to where you can start responding and not reacting. And just being more productive.
Yeah.
Full circle. Like I told one of my good friends, I have a triple double life. I wanted my relationship with God to be at its most highest form that I can at this moment in me. And I wanted my marriage to be at its most intimate form that it can be in this phase. And I wanted my financial intelligence to go at its highest form in this phase. And that's tough, bro.
Yeah, that's a lot of responsibility.
Bro, that's so tough.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, God, what did I pray for?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a lot.
What did I just say?
Yeah.
And bro, trust me, when I said it, everything started getting revealed to me. Everything was out of whack. And it's like, now, what you gonna do about it?
That's right. That's right. Again, man, talking about balancing all those things, it's a lot. And you talking about being up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
For so many people who struggle with waking up, how do you start gradually getting up earlier so then you can maximize your day and have time for yourself, time with God, time for fitness, all that stuff?
Honestly, man, I say it's like a 5-minute rule. Just start by setting your alarm clock. You know, I was gradually doing it. I started at like 6 o'clock or 6:30, and then I was like, I need to get up a little earlier. Then I was like 5:50, and it was like 5.
10 minutes off from 6.
Yeah, I'm in the 5 o'clock club though, bro. That's how I was feeling. I'm like, I'm in the 5, but then I got to like 4 o'clock at the time, and I'm like, bro, I'm in the 4 o'clock club.
That's a different type of bag. Yeah.
I said, bro.
Yeah.
Do you not know, man? The only people up right now is Warren Buffett.
That's real.
Bill Gates.
That's
BT,
real.
and all these other billionaires, man. I'm like, yo. And I see why. You know what I mean?
It's peaceful too.
It is peaceful, bro. It's quiet, bro.
Yeah.
It's so quiet. Ain't no chaos going on, man.
Yeah.
Like, none of that. And you get an opportunity to really, get your thoughts to yourself and go ahead and get a lot of stuff knocked out to where, let's say, if you didn't have time to spend with your family.
Right.
Or, in other words, you already got that out the way. So now I see why they so successful.
That's right.
I see it now.
That's right.
And if everybody done that, bro, it'll be, your life going to the next level.
Time management, man. So that's part of that code as well.
Yeah.
How do we manage our time better? Especially for entrepreneurs, business people.
Man, see, that's something that I have to adjust to. And if I'm building something, if I have task in front of, because I'm task oriented. If I have task in front of me, I can do it. I can adjust it. Boom, at this o'clock, I'm gonna spend this much time on this. At this time, I'm gonna spend this much time on this, and etc. But when it comes to where like I'm not executing or having any type of tags in front of me, man, my time management starts to get out of whack. Where it's like, yo, I feel out of space
Yeah.
when I'm not working on something.
Yeah.
So I think it's like we just have to go back to school. That's what I went to college for, and I realized like, okay, I didn't go to college for just to have it. You went to college for the discipline. Yeah, so if I was able to get on this online class and write this research paper and et cetera, and respond to all of these type of Blackboard responses,
You can do
and stuff
something for
like that,
yourself.
you can do it for yourself.
Yeah.
But it's tougher. But you just got to be able to utilize and apply the same things to it. Yo.
Nah, respect. And
Yeah.
you said a big name, E.T., Eric Thomas. He's killing it. He's a boss. What type of impact has seeing Eric, talking to him, being around him had on you?
Man, being in the community, bro, it's played a huge factor with me, man. Because it's a whole bunch of like-minded people.
Right.
And being on Zoom links with them and all that stuff, it's just you can just feel the energy, bro, and just know that this is real. And he almost drove me in, like because E is here, bro.
On 1,000,
I'm
yeah.
talking about. I think E in like the 3 o'clock club right now. To where.
So he taking naps. He not even going to sleep. Yeah.
But I think he has to get more rest now. He had a video. He's talking about that. But it's like, man, being around E, bro, you're gonna have to be 120. You're gonna have to be 120. And now he got to the point, man. He's like a master facilitator of developing different type of groups and stuff, man. And it's just like taking off through the roof, So, that just being around that, man, give you that drive, and just knowing that you connected to something, so that means you're gonna start gleaming off of it too, man. And as long as you connected to certain things, you're gonna go in that direction. So, yeah, it's been powerful.
I love that.
It's been important too.
That's dope, man. In the mornings, I'll be playing E.T., playing his stuff on YouTube. And I would hear him talk about going back to school. I think it took him 12 years to get his degree.
Yep.
And I thought about you because I was like, yo, DeMarcus was just talking about he had to go back to school. And you got your degree. So what was that experience like? You and E.T. have similarities as well. But speak on that about going back to school, finishing that, getting that degree.
Man, tough, bro, because even that time I was listening to Nip too. And, working 10, 12 hours in Florida.
Man.
And, getting off of work, typing research papers and writing essays and stuff for my brother. And I'm like, yeah, bro, we
about to go out.
We're going to Tampa tonight, bro. We finna go here. We're going there. And I'm like, I can't go, bro. Like, y'all have fun, man.
Focus.
They like, bro, he really focused in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, y'all have fun, bro. I'm good.
That's real.
And because I seen something, bro, like I'm focused on this. I'm gonna make this happen, man. And I did. So it's just a whole level of discipline, dog. It's a whole level of discipline, man, that I think if you tap into that discipline, bro, it's like you can do anything. So that's why I kind of put it at with like I could do anything I put my mind to. And that's even what my brother told me. He was like, bro, you just did that, bro. I mean, you can do anything.
That's right.
So they nobody tell you to stay here, get on that laptop after them long hours of work.
You did it yourself.
You did it yourself.
Yeah. That's facts.
Yeah, man. So I done that for a couple of years. So, yeah, that was rough. And it wasn't like, all the way straight. It was just like, I may, go for a year or two, a year and a half, and just kind of executing those moments. But, because that's overwhelming, man. That's overwhelming. My wife really pushed me though, and I don't even know if she really know it because she was getting her master's at the time, and she was in the National Guard, or still in the National Guard, and executing in her own way, and she was working overnight. So it's like at the hospital overnight. So I'm like, dang, I'm still seeing her grind at it and getting it, but yeah. So if I probably wouldn't have been connected to her at the time, I probably wouldn't have really been worrying about going to school.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy, bro. You took everything a step further, became an author, turning your catastrophe into a masterpiece, man. Speak on the book, what led to that, and two, man, the process behind writing a book. That's hard. So how'd you do it?
Man, so yeah, Turn Your Catastrophe to a Masterpiece was my first book, and I wrote the book while I was homeless.
Wow.
Living in my car, taking showers at Planet Fitness, man.
Wow.
I had literally 75 cents in my bank account, and I was going through a divorce. And, I was busted, disgusted. I think I made a post. And I was like, I made a post on social media, man, and one of the pictures was for me today, and the other picture was like when I was actually writing the book, and I was making like these motivational speeches on Facebook, but like my whole teeth is like rotten, and
Wow.
my face is just kind of so skinny because of I really wasn't eating like I was supposed to, man, and
you were in the thick of it.
yeah. So it was, man, bro, it was all God, bro. Like, I'm so serious. Like, I don't even like to write. And I wrote the book in a month and 3 weeks from, front to end. And I didn't have, no money, didn't have no laptop. So I wrote it in hand and I started inputting it on the Word app on my phone.
Wow.
And then I went to this library in Hampton, Virginia, and at nighttime, I remember, I think it was like 10:48 at night, and I was sitting right there in the front of it just to get the Wi-Fi so that I could submit it over, bro. And then that morning, I had to go back in and look at the document and make adjustments on the computer. But it was like I was giving myself tasks, I was giving myself opportunity to go ahead and get it right. And all I seen was a book, and I'm like, yo, you better than this, bro. Let's get it, You're not gonna end here, going through divorce. You're not gonna end here. And I wrote that book.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Man, that's a powerful story. And I feel like so many times people don't talk about the process, about how they became who they became.
Yeah.
From being homeless to now being this man sitting right in front of us on camera. How did you go from homeless to then, I'm going to start doing construction, or I'm going to start going back to school, I'm going to start getting into real estate? What was that switch like for you?
Man, before I was homeless, I already had the skilled trade up under my belt. I just couldn't find a job. I didn't know what exactly to look at until I joined a union later on in life. But at that moment when I was homeless, I had the skilled trade though, and I still couldn't find a job.
Wow.
Couldn't find nothing. And right before then, I had just landed a job in Texas, and paying great money, man. At the time, like $2,000 a week, and the most money I seen in my life at the time, bro. And
Wow.
I'm like, yo, remember I was telling you when you never had nothing, and then you start making something, you start changing, and everybody was telling me, man, you better keep that, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry about your wife back in Virginia, this and that and the third, man. And and that's what I kind of like fell into. I felt like since I was paying bills and stuff, that was all I needed. And I decided to go back, and I left that job for my marriage. And was working at a place 3 hours away from Hampton, Virginia, man. So I was driving there every day, 3 hours there, working 10-hour shifts, going back the extra three hours. And I was just doing that to be in the bed with my wife, take a shower, eat, go to sleep, get back up, run it again. It's Monday through Saturday. And of course, that failed though, so that went through, so it wasn't good enough. And I'm like, yeah, what can I do better? Start listening to Jim Rohn, Les Brown, man. They got to talking about real estate and stuff. And I'm like, what the hell? Real estate? What's that? And he was like, it's number one, millionaire maker in the world, you know, all the time. People, most of the millionaires in the world own a lot of real estate. So I just got to reading certain books, man, and found out about Bigger Pockets and David Green, them, and listening to other podcasts, and got connected to Julian Gordon, man. Major shout out to Julian Gordon. Dude changed my life, and actually went through one of his programs, and I like, you know, seen the information, man, on how to buy multifamily property. It was like, all right,
That's it.
bet. It's telling me I can buy this property that's going to generate $1.2 million over the course of 30 years and $438,000 in cash flow over the course of 30 years. And that's just at the numbers that it said right now. That's not including, you know, the appreciation over time.
Inflation
That's
sometimes.
not including
Yeah.
the forced appreciation.
Yeah.
Once we, because I'm renovating one of the units now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not even including once they finish building the $750 million resort
Wow.
that's within walking distance of the property, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's major. Like, I'm thinking in my mind, like, yo, that was a major shift. So I think I just started digging deeper, bro. Figuring out, you know, how can I sustain more, or how can I, you know, utilize money as a tool and not try to hoard it and hold on to it. So, yeah, that was it.
Using money as a tool. Nip, you know, you always talk about all money in. You talking about using it as a tool. How do we leverage our money and stop spending all the time? I know everybody just got their stimmies and they excited about the 1,400, but how do we leverage that money and not spend it all on Gucci belts and dumb stuff? Like, how do we actually leverage that money?
Oh, man. I mean, there's several different ways you can leverage that money, though. Number one, of course, real estate. Well, excuse me, let me take that back. Number one, invest in yourself, man. Rather that's through information and knowledge, to where, okay, now you know this money is being really spent to a good cause.
That's
because
right.
you'll be able to stand up in that space, whatever it is you're talking about, or make that actual move, and people be able to see that you made that move. Number two, you can invest in real estate after you got that information on how to do it. Or, you know, you can do different type of investments, and you see like stocks and bonds, even through Cash App, bro. Like Cash App, got it right now, man. I got like 100% return on my money, and that's on Cash App. Me just buying some stacks, and I'm like, okay,
Wow.
I don't even really know much about stocks like that, but it's like, okay, I'm gonna buy something that I know about. So if I've been flying with this airline or that airline or this airline or this Carnival cruise, and it's like, I know I've been working with these people over time, why not own a share of it? So I started paying for some of them, and they have come back 100% now to this day. And another opportunity, man, you can come to DNT Financial, bro. Come to the Business Finance Suite, to where you can turn your money into additional money, or you can leverage, you know, your personal credit to be able to get more money. Like, for example, man, we got a Business Finance Suite. You could take $34.95 and create $50K minimum out of it.
Wow.
It's all about how you structure it. Like the banks, they don't care about your skin color; they care about black and white on paper.
Yeah.
Have you dotted the I's and crossed the T's? You know what I mean? So it's like, take that money and you can utilize this credit, business lines of credit, or a loan to go ahead and buy another asset to be able to pay off that credit debt or loan debt, and then rerun the same play. Like, it's simple.
Yeah.
I seen a person, you know, purchase a crib with a credit card.
Wow.
Also purchase a truck, transportation company, with a credit card.
Wow.
Let the truck pay the credit card back. And for me, even at the closing table, man, I spent like $8,000 in credit card at the closing table on the 4 unit.
Wow.
Utilization high through the roof at the time, but still, it was for a good cause. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I went into the Gucci store and spent.
It's
8
gonna come
racks.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
That's boss talk, bro. DNT Financials, being a life coach. What inspired that, man, to actually give back, empower people?
Man, I think life coach really my passion, bro. Really helping people, man. Really helping African American males get in position to become the person they was created to be. Because I know we have so many type of stimuluses or any type of just stigmas on us, bro. You know, tough, where from our mental health side, we don't even think it's possible for us to be able to make certain moves.
Mm-hmm.
And what I do is I try to share my story so that I connect with them and give them an opportunity, you know. And it's like, bro, you know, sometimes you have to become an entrepreneur, you have to become a boss, or you have to get it out the mud, you know. But through coaching, man, you can get this so much easier, so much quicker. You don't have to go through what I went through.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, that's real, bro.
And every coach need a coach, man.
Hey, talk about it.
Telling you, every coach need a coach, bro, because you get to a new space, it's like ground zero again. You know, I'm renovating the property right now, bro. This is my first renovation. It's my first one, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy, bro. Like all this energy, all this time is coming out of me, and I subbed out some of the work, but it's like most of the work, it was like, bro, I can do this. I wanted to do it for experience. I'm like, I'm landlording too now, and I'm like, bro, hold up.
Yeah.
I will never do this again.
Wow.
You know? Only reason because the experience was what I needed and what I wanted to see what it is and what it ain't. And then now it's time for me to step back, let it operate itself. But yeah, man, that's ground zero for. If I've never done that before, now it's something new. So if I get a coach in that area or mentor in that area, now they walking me through the steps.
Yeah.
Walking me through the steps to where it makes it easier for me. And some people be like, well, man, I can't really, you know, be a coach to other people. I'm like, bro, trust me, that's people that's below you. And I'm not just saying that you owe somebody, but that's people that's below you or that are not where you are, and you can get them there. Just like, you know, there's multi-millionaires or very, very successful people in spaces that could get us there.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about, man. Lift as you climb.
No, that's facts, bro. Another thing I love
Shout out to
seeing.
Tanita.
Yeah, hey, that's real though, bro. Because man, I love seeing you show the process, and I remember it might have been like a few weeks ago how you showed like your tenants when they moved out, you having to renovate that, and seeing you fix that, flip it was crazy because it looked completely different. I think when people think about real estate, everybody thinks about all the glitz and glam that comes with it, but you showed it like, yo, I gotta work. So
Yeah.
speak on that for us. That real estate means like you got to deal with personalities, you have to deal with tenants, you have to fix places, all that good stuff.
Like, bro, I mean, when we inherited that property, man, that unit particular, man, and I mean, this guy, man, I don't know what to say, man. You know, I love my people, man, but he just wasn't there. And, you know, he had mess everywhere, man, had dog feces everywhere, and just stuff laid everywhere. And he wouldn't even get out, to be honest with you, man, until we put that eviction notice on there.
Wow.
So I had to consult with an attorney just to get that process. Bro, I don't really want to do this. And he kept telling me, man, I just don't want to get no eviction. All right, bro, then work with me. I work with you, bro. If you need an extra 15, 30 days, let me know. He wouldn't even really let me know. And then he would let me know at the last minute. I'm like, bro, who gave you the authority to do that? And I don't want to have to pull my hand, but guess what? I'm about to now. So when I had to do that, then he just vacated. And still owe me $2,600.
Jeez.
It was horrible, man. So we went in there and just stripped it all down, man. Just threw everything out and, you know, hired my boys, Stranded in the Sun Services. And they helped me clean it out. My wife also did too. Shout out to her. She was mad though. She did not enjoy that at all, bro. And we picked up the carpet and everything, man. Stripped it down, man, and had holes everywhere in the walls, man. And even from the landlord, though the landlord was a slumlord, but it's all good, man. I just wanted to be a good steward over something that's mine.
Yeah.
And my wife's.
Yeah.
So, and I wanted to show everybody too, though. Like, be transparent, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm tired of stuff like that. I don't want nobody to just see these images and stuff like that. I can't stand that now. And it's like, no, I want to show the real deal. I want to show the real deal.
Yeah. That's real, bro. And how can we get our friends more involved, our family members, when it comes to real estate? Like, that's ownership of land, ownership of grass, that's all across the world. And it's a limited amount of land, so it's always going to count. So how do we get our families more involved in the process, too?
Man, I'm trying to figure that out now, too, bro, because I remember I used to have all the books everywhere, man. I used
Yeah.
to talk to my mom and them. I used to talk to my brother and them. Everybody like, hey man, this. Even me, Zach, and them, we done had conversations about
Yeah.
everything right here at this table. And I think you just gotta lead now, bro. Just gotta lead. You make the move.
Yeah.
You make the move. You know, build that notoriety and influence, and you know, so they like, okay, this is really the go-to guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I need to listen to what my cousin or son has to say.
Yeah.
And yeah, so like I even talk to my mama all the time, like, hey mama, y'all in this big house. I think we need to sell and downgrade and take the extra $100,000
Yeah.
and buy multifamily. Like I tell them all the time, like, mama, listen, mama, like I don't even tell you what to do, but I'm telling you, like, you got this 3-layer house, and it's like, mama, you can go buy a house for $150,000.
Yeah.
Or even just $200,000 or $250,000. You can buy a house for $300,000 and downgrade to actually get, you know, $150,000, $200,000 in cash in your pocket. Well, y'all can be good. It's not including, you know, my Leo's 401k. But it's like, man, you can make some major moves with that.
I like that. Yeah. Yeah.
But, you know, one day maybe they'll come to me like, hey, you want to sell it? Right,
About that idea.
Let's go. I'm going to show you what to do.
That's real. And two, bro, how do we shift that mindset? Because speaking on that is like a really good point, right? About you don't have to have this extravagant lifestyle. Because I've seen so many athletes or influential people get a couple dollars, a few million, and blow it off of expenses.
Okay.
And you're making something that people have never even seen before, and you can still blow it.
Right.
So how do we not get excited about, all right, I got a couple mil, couple 100,000, but don't get 3 Bentleys that cost 100,000. So now I'm paying for all this. So how do you start flipping that?
I mean, you know, from that experience, I mean, even with that enormous amount of money, you know, I wouldn't be able to say, okay, I got $3 million and this is what I would do exactly $3 million. But if I'm in that space, I'm like, okay, how can I spend this money? But how can I spend this money to where it can create equity?
That's the word. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now we thinking about, you know, real estate, different type of businesses, transportation companies, and you know, that's what I'm thinking about in that aspect. So instead of me buying 3 Bentleys, I mean, how about we buy an apartment building to be able to pay for the Bentley?
That's facts. Jeez.
Or the second Bentley. Or we buy another apartment building to be able to pay for the second Bentley.
It's paying for itself.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and basically, you basically using debt, though. You're using debt to be able to pay for debt.
That's right.
And, you know, just be prepared. Being prepared. And so that actually can be able to sustain what it is and what it's not. So, I mean, I'm in that position right now where, like, yo, I done spent a lot of money. And I spent a lot of money on that property, just being real. A lot on it. So it's like, and on the franchise, it's like, bruh, okay. Well, shoot. It's not the fast money. You know what I'm saying? Get out of that mindset to where it's the fast money, because that's when I'm really like, okay, let's get some money.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you're becoming a farmer. You got some stuff set in place. Let that grow. Let that marinate, man. That's what you're supposed to take the money for.
That's right.
It's all about a mind shift thing, man. It's all about a mind shift. And I can't just say that. I don't know nobody. Well, I probably do know some, but I can't say that I'm just 100% all the way there, where it's like, I don't want to be like, you know, just here.
Yeah.
And I'm still trying to figure that out. Still trying to figure that out.
That's real, bro.
Yeah.
I love asking Black entrepreneurs about Black Wall Street ownership, because it's occurred before, right? Where we've had millionaires in the early 1900s during segregation, Jim Crow, lynchings, all that stuff. Auburn Avenue, downtown Atlanta, that was just like Black Wall Street. We had Lonzo Herndon, barbershop owner, on multiple barbershops. Race riot happened in 1906 over Black ownership, right? Which is crazy stuff. But do you feel like we can get back to that space? Because I see people like yourself, I
Absolutely.
see real estate moguls. Everybody talks about generational wealth. So do you feel like we're starting to have somewhat of a renaissance, I guess you could say?
Man, right now, in the atmosphere right now, bro, there's a transformation or transfer of wealth.
Mm.
Like, for real, right now is the time to manifest that transfer of wealth going on right now in the atmosphere. And it's happening. You know what I'm saying? It's really happening right before our eyes.
Yeah.
But I think we still need to do it collectively. You know what I mean? We still need to do it collectively. So, like, the people that you connected with, I think everybody needs to be moving on the same frequency. As far as, you know, if I own a multifamily and you connected to me, you should know how to own one too. And if she connected to you, she should know how to own one too. Or, you know what I mean? And just allow that to have a domino effect. You know, it shouldn't be in a space to where, like, you only know how to do this and you not share it with me. And I think sometimes we get into that space with, like, yeah, I mean, yeah, my family over here, we're going to be able to create generational wealth, but I ain't finna share that with you, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then that's not even just with generational wealth. That may be with anything, though, man. Like, anything that's dealing with marketing or any type of just advice as far as how to get better in certain areas. I think we all should hold ourselves accountable as well as our people, for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the game, man. A lot of people just want to, like, hold on to the game, and I feel like us as black people, we can't afford that. We can't afford that. Not if we want to be able to bridge the gap within the wealth gap
Yeah.
in America.
Yeah. That's facts, bro.
Yeah.
During this pandemic, some people call it a bandemic. You talk about being like water. I feel like the people who actually start taking a risk on themselves, being successful, trying new things are the ones who's winning, creatives, entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
How do we be like water and adjust in times of global pandemic, people losing jobs, people can't find jobs. There's only a few jobs that could be hiring. So how do we adjust? How do we create? If we have that business idea, how do we tap further into that now?
Get out of your own way, man. You know, the way that you was doing it before the pandemic not gonna work. So, you know, connect to other people, network with other people, see what's working, see what's not working, be able to make the adjustments, and really take the risk. I think, man, the pandemic should have showed us that, yo, we only got this life to live on Earth,
And that's
but we
it.
got every day to live it.
Yeah.
But it's like, y'all literally let the government hold y'all away from living life for one whole year.
That's
I was
facts.
still traveling, like, bro, ain't no way. Like, y'all, COVID. Man, I had my mask on, take my protocol, do what I need to do, make sure I hit the gym, make sure I eat healthy, man, and make sure I pray. Let's go.
You good.
Let's go. And yeah, man, so you just got to keep developing, man, keep getting better. And definitely when it comes to this technology, man, it's like, bro, if you don't catch on to the technology, bro, you're going to get left behind. You're going to get less. It's a different way of doing things now, man. Like,
Yeah.
bro, I can click on a Zoom link right now and be in a room with 1,000 people.
You ain't got to pull up.
Where you couldn't even get on stage in front of 1,000 people, bro.
Yeah.
And now I can be able to reach people all over. But so it's different, man.
Yeah.
It's different, and you just gotta change your mindset.
That's real.
You gotta make that shift.
That's real.
Yup.
You've done something super inspiring that I love seeing former athletes kill it outside of sports, like become something other than just a football player, than a hooper. I love seeing that, especially black men doing it. For young black men who just got done playing football, just got done hooping, how do they transition properly out of the football field, the basketball court, and start getting involved in entrepreneurship, working in construction, being a leader, being a man?
Man, gotta ask themselves who are they? Like, who are you, bro? Outside of holding that pigskin. And that's a tough question. That's a tough question to answer, bro, when you already knew, bro, all you thought about was a pick six, or you thought about that touchdown, or that sack, or throwing, or whatever it was that you had got going on, or shooting that tray. what happens, bro, when you can't dribble no more? What happened when you can't play football no more? And I think sometimes, bro, we kind of like, we fall into a space where we think that's it, we're going to make it. And, you know, you can make it. But I think if you know who you are at your core, you probably will realize, yo, I'm more than football.
I'm bigger than this.
Yeah, I'm bigger than basketball. Yeah, like, I got some gifts in me, man. I got some talent in me to be able to do other things, man. Like, you know, I don't just have to, you know, go be an orchid man or anything like that. Not saying that I'm downgrading that, but I just knew that's like some people just jump into sales and stuff like that for a different company, and they just trying to figure it out, and they kind of go through a bit of depression because you was the man, homie. You was the man. You know, Friday, Saturday night lights, and now it's like, now you gotta figure out how to be able to get that notoriety back up, how to be able to get, you know, back into the spotlight. And I think that's what they kind of battle with.
Yeah.
And I know that's what I battled with. And even in an early career with the collegiate ball, but it was like, man, how can I reinvent myself? How can I be a person of importance? And I feel like that what happened. That was my background. That what happened. Like, you know, you becoming a felon, man. It takes something out of you. Like, it's deep, bro. It snatches like straight through your soul. Where it's like, yo, they wanted to be with, like, you're not nobody, you're nothing. And once you know, look past that and beyond that and know, man, you're battling more than flesh and blood. But these principalities out here, man. So, yeah, I would say, man, ask yourself, who are you, bro? And figure out, you know, what else that you could bring to the table besides sports.
That's powerful, man.
Yep.
For the young entrepreneurs, former athletes, creatives that's clocking into that 9 to 5 that they hate, and they have that business on the side, and they're trying to leverage that 9 to 5 for that business. How do you control your mind before you clock in, before you walk into that building? It could be draining, it could be tiring, but how do you control your mind?
Man, you need to understand why you're doing what you're doing. You know, understanding that if you're a visionary, you know, this is just a stepping stone. This is just a phase of my life. And I'm going to utilize this tool, whether that's a job, whether that's money, whether that's a certain networking group. I'm going to utilize this to be able to get to the next level. And then I just have to become resourceful within that and realize who I am, because you may face some stuff, man, on the job. You know, racism, any type of just negativity, man, and just bad vibes, man, where you like, yo, I'm over this. I'm about to leave. Like, this ain't the business, bro. Like, or you just may be unsure, you know what I mean? Just uncertainty where you like, man, I'm better than this, man.
Yeah.
And if you understood, though, bro, if you've been at that job for a certain amount of time, man, you can leverage that mug to be able to get something great.
That's facts.
And it ain't even about how much money you make. Banks don't care about that to an extent, depending on your debt to income ratio. But it's definitely about longevity.
That's real, man. Marcus, bro, thank you so much for your time. You dropped so many gems. But before we bounce, I got to ask you, where do you see DeMarcus, your business, the brand, your life, the family, everything within the next 5 to 10 years? And also, where can everybody follow you, keep up with your work, buy the book, check out the assessment, book a consultation, all that good stuff?
In the next 5 to 10 years, man, honestly, I see, you know, me growing my family, you know, me becoming more of influence, man of influence, you know, me tying God literally directly to my business in all aspects, and you know, purchasing more real estate, developing more personal relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like real life relationships, to where friendships that are genuine. You know what I'm saying? And you know
Right.
for a fact, like, bro, like, man, I appreciate you. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And I can do these same things. So in the next 5 to 10 years, man, I just plan on continuing to grow, man, and becoming better, and hopefully raising, you know, a son and a few more children, bro, and, you know, having that type of lifestyle, to where, like, you're a dad and you being more stable and being in position to be able to delegate more work. And yeah, you guys can find me, man, on all social media outlets. DeMarcus R. Taylor.
Yeah.
And you know, my website, DeMarcusTaylor.com, and DNTFinancial.com. You guys need a consultation, whether that's through business credit, personal credit, or just personal life and executive coaching, man. Make sure you just go ahead and click on the link, get you a consultation, and, you know, we can see what we can do for you to be able to elevate your life.
That's real, man.
Yep.
Thank you, bro.
No problem, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank y'all, man, so much for tapping in, showing love. We cannot thank y'all enough. Special thank you to DeMarcus as well, his family, for allowing us to pull up. Special thank you to June and Sid for always killing it behind the scenes. Thank y'all. And again, make sure to subscribe, comment, and like this video. Let's be a host, Caleb Smith.
Absolutely.
Keep grinding. Your dreams, they will come true. Peace.
Peace.
Appreciate you, bro. That was a great talk, man. Thank you.